All right, here's our video on is there life on Titan? Well, actually, it's just life on Titan. And let's just come right out and say we don't know if there's life on Titan, but there's a lot of news on Titan lately. So if let's look at a Titan, well, it's the second largest moon, second to Ganymede, which is a moon of Jupiter. It's bigger than Mercury, and it's slightly bigger than our moon. And our moon is slightly smaller than Mercury, but our moon is bigger than Pluto. So Titan and Earth, let's get our pen going over here first of all. And we'll write over here. Titan and Earth are the only orbs, if we use a fancy word, orbs, or celestial bodies that have liquid moving on its surface. So Earth, we have Earth over here, and Titan, moon of Saturn, have liquid. I didn't say water, liquid. Spell liquid right. On its surface. And the liquid on Earth we know is water. The liquid on Titan is methane. Liquid methane. Which is interesting. And by the way, we're seeing this picture of Titan here. It's actually a lot more hazy than this picture is showing. Titan has a very, very thick atmosphere. So we could swim on the waters on Earth, but if you tried to swim on Titan, because it's liquid methane, well, you'll have a very hard problem. First of all, you don't want to swim on Titan. If you happen to get there, the temperature on Titan, the liquid temperature on methane, put it over here, could be negative 321 degrees Fahrenheit. So you do not want to swim, right? And it's less dense, much less dense than water. So you would sink like a rock. You just wouldn't be able to swim. They are thinking of sending a submarine to Titan in the future. So we have to keep an eye on that. And as I said before, Titan has a very dense atmosphere. It has a thick, very thick atmosphere. It's thicker than Earth's atmosphere. And that's why it's very hard to see what's on the surface of Titan. So we have to use um, infrared. We have to use infrared to penetrate the clouds, the thick clouds, like just like on Saturn, just like on Venus, not Saturn. Well, anyway, also what's been happening lately is a lot of journalists have been saying, and this is just recently, that it's raining gasoline on Titan, and that's not exactly true because it's a misnomer. The gasoline that we use on Earth is a molecule. It's a molecule. It's called octane, right? But on Titan, it's raining methane. It's raining methane. Of course, from these seas. So in the seas that you don't see, well, here you can see some of the seas. We have it's mostly ethane, which is another type of fuel, and methane. And as just like on Earth, the water will evaporate, the ethane and the methane will evaporate, and it's raining methane and also ethane. It's raining down. But here's the big question. The big question is because when we're talking about methane, a lot of scientists will say, well, how did Titan get this methane? Because mostly we associate methane with biological activity. So this atmosphere that we're seeing here, it's mostly, let's change the color, change it to red. It's mostly N2, right? It's mostly nitrogen, just like on Earth, we mostly have nitrogen. But on methane, it's about, could be anywhere between 95 to 98% nitrogen. And then you can have anywhere between 2 to maybe 5% methane in the atmosphere of Titan. And of course, here is the methane. It's with carbon and 4 hydrogen molecules. So methane can be made by life, and we see that on Earth. Methane, right over here, can be made by life, and we call that biotic. And on Earth, all the cows eating grass, burping up that methane. Got the E there in methane. But it could also be made without life, right? And that would be, we say non-life, which is abiotic. Abiotic. And so there's volcanoes and comets and meteorites. So we'll talk about that. By the way, here's Earth and Titan and our moon. You can see how much bigger. Well, it's not much bigger than our moon, but you can see the size difference here. So like I said, Titan's atmosphere is very thick. It has methane in it, and has liquid methane and liquid ethane seas. And so whether we're thinking of biology for life or we're thinking of non-life sources, some scientists think that you can only make a little bit of methane without life. So abiotic sources may be a problem for all that methane that's coming into Titan's atmosphere and seas. Let's go back to the picture of Titan. And let's go back to yellow. So the thing about methane is when sunlight, we'll just put these arrows for sunlight. When sunlight hits the atmosphere of Titan, it will break apart. So right over here, sunlight will break apart methane. So what this means is that there has to be a resupply of methane. Something has to be replenishing methane. We'll write out that over here. Something, whatever it is, life or non-life, something has to be making new methane, replenishing it. But a big question, what is it that it's replenishing? Otherwise, methane would have disappeared from Titan long, long time ago. So one of the sources was they thought maybe it was comets, that comets will have this organic material, and that could have caused it. So just to be very simple, let's get another page here. Inside, and let's change the pen. Let's use red, why not? So inside Titan, again, this is the explanation for non-life abiotic sources. So if we try to draw a circle here, try to draw a Titan, and inside Titan's core, they think would be liquid water. I think Titan might have liquid water. And we know that has liquid methane on its surface and liquid ethane, methane and ethane, and a rocky surface. And this liquid water with pressure, with enough heat and pressure, can cook hydrocarbons. And these hydrocarbons would have come from comets. And so what that would happen, just like on Earth we have volcanoes spewing out lava, you can have these volcanoes, and we're finding these volcanoes spewing out not lava, but they're spewing out ammonia and methane from water, right? And these are called cryovolcan. I'll spell it over here. Cryovolcanism. In other words, these are cryovolcan mountains. So cryovolcanoes, that's what I was trying to get out. Cryovolcanoes. And these cryovolcanoes would spew out this water vapor, and with it would be this methane and ammonia, and that is what they're thinking of. Also nitrogen, releasing nitrogen and methane into the atmosphere. So that is one possibility of how there could be methane in Titan's atmosphere. The other possibility, of course, would have to be life, and they have not found that yet. They've seen that there are these cryovolcanoes, but they haven't seen any active yet on Titan. And again, remember, Titan has a very thick atmosphere, and they're studying Titan as we speak, so we should get more news on that. So does life exist on Titan? Not that we know it, and not as we know now. All right.